Hi, this is Bob Gersh with East Coast Capital. And today I'd like to talk about the issue of repairs which may be needed before refinancing can take place, or repairs which show up in the appraisal, or if a home inspection is done for a purchase of the home. So a number of different events could occur, and we'll talk about if you're refinancing first. If refinancing, then the lender will probably, although you should ask if an appraisal is needed and if a full appraisal is needed versus a drive-by. If a full appraisal is needed, then typically the lender is involved in selecting the appraiser through an appraisal management company. So we don't directly appoint the appraiser, but we go through the appraisal management company. Again, so there's no bias in the appraisal. But when an appraisal is done, an appraiser may identify certain elements which are considered to be elements that need to be for health and safety purposes, or because there's a issue that they're finding that there's a water leak, or that there is a crack in the wall of concrete, or whatever it may be. Maybe that there's a problem and there's a bathroom that's not working, or something in the kitchen is not working with the appliances. But any items that are brought to the attention of the appraiser, which is indicated in the appraisal, typically needs to be taken care of. A lot of times, and most of the times, these things may be required to be completed before there is a closing or a refinancing. So it may be that you can identify some of these items ahead of time. Now, if you are purchasing a property, you may find that there's typically a home inspection. And so if you are the buyer or seller, you should consider how you're going to deal with these items. One approach is to get ahead of the game and to potentially review your home and identify items that are obvious to need repairs or fixing. And you may take that list and go to a licensed, bonded, insured contractor. It may be a quote unquote general contractor, or more of a handyman type item, or it may be a specific subcontractor, depending on what items need to be done. It makes sense to have those done, to have information, documentation that it was done, so that can be shown to an appraiser, because that may affect, if you've redone your roof, or done major repairs to certain items, or redone a bathroom or kitchen or other items, that can be favorable in the appraisal as far as updating the value, because you basically updated elements within the home, and therefore when compared to other properties, you can show that your kitchen is updated, bath is updated, roof, appliances, HVAC, etc. So in doing so, some of these items you may catch ahead of time, so they're not going to show up in a report because they've been already repaired. Or it actually is a positive that it's an improvement onto the property. So you can look at that as a very positive element in going through on your own ahead of time. Now, if you find that you have the appraisal done, you should have ready a person or a company, properly insured, bonded, who can licensed who can be able to repair these items. And documentation is what you should do. So if there's a question about it, you can present that information. You would like to get anything that you can, such as if you see a water stain, follow it through and make sure that where the water is coming in has been repaired. And then you have cosmetically then fixed the area. So it's not a item that needs to be taken care of later, because you don't want an appraiser to have to come back multiple times, because you do pay for every time they come back. You may also look at it that a home inspection is done, and you want to be able to provide that list to a appropriate party to be able to go through the checklist, do the repairs, but document the repairs they've done. So we do have on our list multiple parties that can help you in evaluating that home and determining if there's any issues that may come up. We also have folks that can help you as far as on the repair side of that. All of that to make the process easy and seamless, save time, hopefully save you some resources, some money in being able to take care of these items. So that's, a thought that you should go when you go in these financial transactions or buying transactions, that you want to have the contingencies in place to be able to take care of, repairs that are needed, to take care of items that, may affect the purchase and sale or may affect the value when doing a finance transaction. Also, the exterior of the property, when people first see the property, the first impression does count. So consider your landscaping, consider that it's up to date, consider that it's, nice and clean and doesn't look like things are overgrown, but rather in a nice organized fashion, manicured to the extent possible. That will affect the impression. I can tell you that things in the exterior besides the planting, potential grass, shrubbery, etc., the siding of the house, has it been painted or cleaned lately? It may not be a big expensive proposition to take care of that. Also your roof, you may think you have a dark colored roof, and I know with experience that sometimes a cleaning of that roof is needed, and all of a sudden you find your shingles are of the lighter side, not dark side, but it's been, dozen years worth of dirt, grime, weather has just landed on top of those shingles and made them look darker and older than they actually are. Plus, by cleaning them, they should last longer, but at least you want to put them in the best light when presenting them. So before calling that appraiser, let's talk about what the outside of the house looks like, walls, ceiling, the exterior lawn, etc., back in front of the property. Let's clean up any excess debris that's around, put it in the shape that you'd like to have it under the best circumstance. So we also have people that can help you with all that. Just give me a call and we can talk about the different folks that are available depending on what you're looking for. And once again, my name is Bob Gersh with East Coast Capital. And if you need me for anything that we've just talked about, having issues or concerns about having an appraisal done, home inspection, getting some of these jobs done that need to be done that may be pointed out in those appraisals or inspections, give me a call. It's Bob Gersh with East Coast Capital, 352-561-3096. Again, 352-561-3096. Bob Gersh, East Coast Capital. I hope you're doing okay. Hope your family's okay. Everything's great. Have a good week. And if I can be of any help on anything on these topics or anything else, feel free to check the other videos that we have available under our YouTube site, which is Ask, and then a space, Bob, space, Gersh, Gersh. So Ask Bob Gersh, but it's spaced out since I had a previous YouTube page, which we're not utilizing from several years ago, where it was just Ask Bob Gersh, not spaced out. But this one is right the way it should be. Ask and then a space, Bob and a space, Gersh. Thank you and have a great day and a great week. Thank you.